friends?
What up, world? It's your boy Jimbo.
And I'm that guy Joe.
And welcome to another episode of OBAAT On the Road. Today, we're hanging out at 9 Mile Garden. Let's go check it out. What up, world?
What up, friends?
It's your boy Jimbo.
And I'm that guy Joe.
And welcome to an OBAAT On the Road.
We at 9 Mile.
We are at 9 Mile Garden. We've got a special guest with us today. This is Sarah. Sarah, what is your title here?
I am the general manager.
Okay. So we've got Sarah, the general manager. So this is the first year you guys are just staying open for the winter?
We are. We would generally close January, February, but we are going to stay open. We just modify our hours slightly, so we'll be open Thursday through Sunday.
Okay.
Through the winter. Well,
Yeah.
for our friends that have never been, especially our St. Louis friends, why don't you tell them what 9 Mile Beer Garden is, what you guys do?
So we are Missouri's first food truck garden. So we're a food truck garden, bar, and event space. From March to the end of October, we schedule food trucks out here for lunch and dinner. We have all kinds of events, public and private, pop-up markets, concerts, you name it, we can do it.
Yeah, so I live around the corner, and my wife and I drive by all the time. The Cardinals games will be out on the big screen out there, Blues games.
And it is a big-ass screen. It's
Yeah.
2 shipping crates put together with a screen dropped down on it. Like, it's a huge screen. It's awesome. I loved it the first time, like the very first time I came out, the year that you guys opened was during October. And so you have like the scary movies playing outside on the screen and stuff, man, with the fires going. It's fun.
Those fire pits. So you might ask yourself, why is OBAAT here? Well, how many taps do you guys have?
We have 40 taps, 35 are dedicated to mostly craft beers, and then we have craft cocktails that we make in-house that are on the other 5.
Nice.
So 5 cocktails on tap. How many of
Local
those
beer
taps
supporter.
are rotational, and how many are like always the same?
Of the beers, probably about 28 to 30 rotate.
Wow.
Nice.
So almost all of them
y'all
are
have some
rotating.
great seasonals right now. Like I was telling you before we started, that's something that I love to see at any local place. Like seeing the local beer, seeing more local beer than anything else on draft is always nice. But seeing ones that aren't as typical, that, like I know I can go down the road and get a couple of these, but the majority of them, there's nowhere right around here, anywhere close, where you can just run into the bar and grab some of these same beers on draft. It's
So
not happening.
if you're looking for a place with craft beer, come here, watch games. They've got TVs all around. So since you're not doing food trucks for the winter, obviously, are people able to like order food and bring it up here?
Absolutely. So we have a couple of scheduled events. Cookies and Cocoa with Santa, where we'll have a food truck scheduled, as well as our New Year's Eve party. But if there's no food truck scheduled, people can bring in outside food.
Okay.
So like just like anybody coming in, or so it doesn't have to be like you reserved a certain space and we're bringing food to feed like our party or anything. Like anybody coming in can just bring in.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
roll in with a
food.
Papa John's
That's
pizza.
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
And,
That's great.
and watch.
And really, I know for St. Louis that the food truck is one of the biggest things. Period. We don't have food trucks just out there.
Yeah.
We're one of those like big cities in America that we don't have that food truck scene, man. We have the scene, but we don't have like the culture, and like there's nowhere around town where you can come out of the bar or the club or the show and it's midnight or later and there's street food. We don't have it. So having a centralized place where you can find a handful of food trucks is just a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And as you'll see in some of the I mean, this place is big, so you can get a whole group of people together. They've got this upstairs mezzanine where we're at right now with some couches and TV up here, but I mean, all kind of the beer hall style, long tables downstairs, a bar top. I mean, if you guys are looking for a place with rotational taps and trying to find a bunch of different beer, this is a perfect spot, and it's a lot of space. You want to get a bunch of people together, this is where to go.
I know, we've rented out the patio a couple of times, but everything is available, right? Like you can rent out the whole place, or just up here, just a table.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought, which is a great perk too.
Yeah.
You know, like this is a great atmosphere up here. Just kind of hang if you needed a little space.
Yeah.
You know, bring a few people. We do like a birthday drink or something, but then you need a big space. I mean, got everything you need here. I know we hosted a fight night up here one time, brought a bunch of people up. That was a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So we had
20-some people in here.
You've got Cookies and Cocoa with Santa when?
Sunday the 17th.
Okay,
December
and
17th.
then you're doing a New Year's Eve party. Anything scheduled for January yet, or?
We have, so we're designated soccer bars, so we're going to wait till December 20th, and then we're going to have basically our calendar filled up by January.
Yeah.
We do have we have trivia every Thursday, and then starting January 6th, we're going to have music bingo every Saturday from 9 to 11. And then trivia is at 7 every Thursday.
Yeah.
What kind of prizes are you throwing out?
Free drinks.
Nice.
Lots of free drinks.
That's the way to our hearts, free drinks. Yeah, I mean, that's...
So there's an expansion coming soon, though, right? Right.
So I
haven't heard any details. I just hear that there's like things are expanding. That's just all I keep hearing.
Yes, there's a big building behind us, which is going to be 18,000 square feet, that we are going to turn into an event venue, concerts, weddings. So
that's huge.
It's still, plans are still in the making, but it's
so the property is literally just expanding and absorbing a little more of the area.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice. This is a great little pocket of Afton too.
Yeah.
For any of our friends locally that haven't been over here, I mean, it really is. Afton is one of my more favorite sides of St. Louis in general, but like this is a nice little pocket.
Well, it has to be for me now. I'm 4 minutes down the road. That's my liquor store.
But yeah, but I mean, even when you moved in there, I told you, I was like this is like the good, nice little side of Afton, and like all of this is newer developed. It looks nice. Parking's great. I like it out here. So,
Sarah, if you have anything else to plug, we'd be happy to hear it, and then we're gonna taste some beers.
Awesome. Yeah, we have we can do events of any kind. So just look at our website or call us and get your party booked.
We'll post all the links.
Contact with you, email. Yeah, and we'll post all the socials and everything for sure. We'll link you guys to everything.
Come out and check out 9 Mile, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What up, world?
What up, friends?
It's your boy Jimbo.
And I'm that guy Joe, and we are back.
Back at 9 Mile Garden.
Yeah.
So if you check out our interview earlier with the general manager, Sarah, she kind of gave us a rundown. So this is the first year they're going to try and stay open during the winter months. But also we're a beer podcast, so we had to come and sample some beers.
We had to give you a taste of what they got going on here.
They've got 30 rotational, and then they've also got 5 craft cocktails on tap. It's a perfect place to come check out some craft brews. As you can see, we've got 8
I'm just
different
enjoying
beers here.
Aromatics myself. Yeah, we have such a buffet going on. We got 8 brews. We were kind enough to be gifted a little flight here. I don't think they actually do flights. So which one's that?
So the first one we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look, Mom, I can count.
Run it down
take a whiff of that. That is Maplewood Sidewalk Surfer.
Oh yeah, I had to get an IPA. I had to. Yeah, man. Let me get a little sipper on it.
Yeah, I mean that is a beautiful bouquet of fruity.
That's an IPA, friends. Yeah, it's very fruity, a little floral.
Oh.
Super hoppy,
but
not like that citrusy hop
dry,
on the back,
and it's not dry though. Like it's not juicy, but it's not overly dry.
Yeah,
that is a perfectly.
It's not a juicy IPA, and it's definitely. I mean, you probably can't see from there, but it's definitely not real hazy. However, it kind of has a little bit of that profile for real.
Maplewood coming in hot with Sidewalk Surfer. That is.
Yeah, man. I'm
liking. Damn good. Have we ever had
and y'all
this
get
one?
over it. We're family. This ain't the first time we've shared brews, so I don't want to hear your COVID shit.
I'm pretty sure we gave each other COVID at one point. We were a part of the bubble. Have we ever had that?
I don't think so.
I don't think we have.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that caught my attention. There was like 2 or 3 that I'm like, have we tried that? And then there was probably about 5 that I know for a fact that we hadn't.
Because like I've always kind of liked Maplewood, but they're not one of the breweries that we go back to a lot. Because a lot of their stuff is kind of, I don't want to say, it's good, it's quality, but they don't have a lot that stands out to where I'm like, we need to get some more Maplewood tonight. I mean, we always, Four Hands, when we started, we drank a ton of Four Hands because it's Four Hands. Yeah,
Four Hands, like, you guys, Four Hands, you sons of bitches, you're one of those breweries that, like, you brew stuff that I don't really drink and I don't like, but you do it so well I have to respect it.
Like the Prussia and the...
Oh, the Prussia, I actually kind of like it, and that is not a beer for me.
I don't like sours, man.
That's what I'm saying. I kind of like it.
So
but no, it's not my
building
kind of
blocks, I think this is Four Hands.
Four Hands, yeah. This one I don't know at all. I don't...
I'm not getting like a lot of note on the nose there.
So this is an IPA also. I don't know what it has on it.
That has some really interesting, like, almost spiced. Not spicy, but almost like a cidery.
Yeah, that's got spices. Strange. This is a funky brew.
What is?
Not funky as in... because a lot of times when we say that, we mean like that the beer has a funk to it. I mean, funky isn't different. Immediately, I mean, we're hopheads, man. We drink a lot of beer. Our palates are pretty acclimated to most beer flavors, even the ones we don't like. But when something like this hits me and I'm just like, what the hell is that, man? I don't think I've ever had a beer that tastes like this.
Especially not an IPA, right? Like if you were...
It's like there's almost some like clementine orange on that or something.
With a little bit of clove or something?
There's definitely like clove or something that brings out similar notes, because that hit me kind of right away. And that might be like kind of what they got going, like an orange clove thing maybe. That's a cool beer.
That's a really...
It's finely crafted. It's a very strong for me.
Well, to be fair, have we ever had anything from Four Hands that wasn't finely crafted? I mean, that's true.
That's what we're
that's the thing is, we
saying.
do get frustrated. We do get frustrated with Four Hands, and I think a lot of people do, because they will put out some incredible beers, and then you'll never see it again, or it'll be a year before you get to see it again. And look, we understand seasonals, right? But like when we're talking about the Sodi series, or the Voltron collabs, just some of the stuff they do, you're like, man, dude, give me my Road Sodi back. I loved Road Sodi. That's but this is an interesting beer.
So sitting up here, mezzanine style at 9 Mile, we'll get a little bit more shots for you. I'll show you up here. This is a great little lounge up here where we're at. It feels kind of like a cigar lounge. Like you can't smoke in here, but it feels like be perfect to have like, the game or a fight on this TV right here. Sit down. They got some nice little couches.
And we've even got the cameras propped up on one of the things that's propped up on, that's a poker set.
Yeah.
So you come up here, you got this big table set, Rob's on.
We've got a dartboard up here. This little spot for me is perfect to just like low-key birthday party or something.
Yeah.
Like you just want to invite 10, 15 people over. We're going to drink some good beer. We're just going to hang out. You can bring food up here because they don't serve food if the food trucks aren't here.
Yeah, so during the winter when there's no food. You can bring your own
pizzas up here, and we can invite a handful of guys up. We hang out. Or I actually, a couple years ago, hosted a fight party up here. And yeah, we had 20-something people up here. We had the fights on all the TVs. Really, really cool. You could rent the whole place out and do that if you want, or I'm sure that we could host our own small fight party right here and just watch the fight.
And then obviously during the summer and fall.
For games, man. You were just saying Mizzou, Ohio State coming up. Say you needed a spot where you're like, dude, I'm getting all the boys together. We're going to great spot to get 15 people together.
Yeah, especially if you want to like bring your own food, especially if you like want to.
Yeah, because a lot of places like this that don't serve food, they don't let you bring food in.
Yeah.
Not unless you have reserved like a party.
Right.
But like for the two of us to come in here with like a bag of burgers and that be okay, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's like shout out to our boys in Fest, our homies down at Four Brothers, because they're great about that. They're like, yeah, dude, Uber Eats you whatever you want. Grubhub whatever you want. Bring it up to our shop.
All right, so up next we got Schlafly Double. What is that? Double Bean?
Yeah, the Double Blonde.
Double Bean Blonde.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, so that's got vanilla bean in it, don't it?
I was
some sort of
assuming.
bean.
This one, Sarah told us that this one is a little bit more exclusive, and that Schlafly did not put this out at too many bars. So I think this is a limited seasonal run, and 9 Mile Garden might be one of the only places where you can find this on tap.
So that's the thing is, like, this place, it's a craft beer place, right?
Shit.
And
It
during
smells
the
like a
summer and
vanilla
fall,
latte.
they have food trucks. It was the first food truck garden in St. Louis, but the other half of that is that it's a craft beer garden.
I want a pour of this.
Yeah, it's good. It's really, really good. And it doesn't overpunch you with that bean flavor.
So being a blonde, that is a fuck yeah impressive blonde right there, because it doesn't just have vanilla bean taste, which it has some. That's what get a little bit of that like latte smell. But it tastes like roasted beans the way a coffee is, without tasting like a coffee brew,
and without having too much
fucking
malt.
blonde.
It's a blonde
like that. It tastes the way like a coffee brown tastes a lot of times,
but not heavy. I love the.
It's like the first time you have a white stout, an ivory stout, for people who haven't had them, or like a black lager.
Right.
For people who haven't had them but you enjoy lagers, the first time you have a good black lager, you literally like eyes pop out of your head. Same thing with an ivory stout. If you like stouts and you've never had a light colored stout, a white stout, first time you have it, you get those flavors. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's what this blonde is right
that'll
now,
throw
man.
you off a little
I've
bit. Go ahead and
never
kill that off,
experienced
brother.
anything like that. I'm getting a pour of this before I leave.
All right, so
Because I don't know that I'll be back before they're out of these.
up last on this side of the board,
On flight number 1.
we've got Alpha Toasted, Not Roasted.
This was the first one that caught my eye when I first stepped to the board when I got here. Because I've seen Alpha post on this, and I meant to go out and find some, and I just never did.
Oh, that's super light on its flavor, but it's a really good flavor.
Because this is a lager, isn't it?
Yeah. Take a sip of that, because it's
Yeah, it's a lager. Toasted, not roasted.
it is. It's real subtle on the flavor, but it's a good flavor. And it is that like slightly toasty.
Nice. Wow, that's cool, man. That's cool.
And it's real soft on the palate.
Yeah, man, that's cool. Shout out to Alpha. Alpha's another one that Alpha makes a lot of sour brews.
Yeah.
And it's not our thing, but they're another one that I have had several beers from them that I'm like, this isn't my thing. I can't really drink a lot of this, but I have to respect how well they put it together, because you can tell finely crafted, great brew. And I think that deserves some recognition when you got guys like us who are like, dude, I don't like sours, but then I can drink yours and be like, I don't like sours, but like, that's fucking impressive. Got to give credit where credit's due, man.
Yeah,
Alpha,
man.
There's some masters for sure.
And that really is like a lightly toasted.
Yeah,
Definitely not roasted.
That's one. Alpha is a brewery too that, on the same note, like, I'm kind of iffy and on the fence with them sometimes.
Yeah.
But when I like them, I like them, dude.
Well,
the Hop Lock series,
And we don't go up there.
or the brown ale they have.
And like you were just saying, we don't grab them very often because they kind of specialize in the sour beer.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
realm.
saying. But then when they make like the Hop Lock and Drop It, the IPA series, they have IPAs that are really good. That brown ale, I know everybody loves Civil Life Brown. It is one of our most solid all-around brown ales in the St. Louis area. You can get that here too. But like for me, Alpha Brown has this malt taste, this English brown malt flavor that I just love, and I think those guys are masters. And this is another one, just kind of proves it, man. This is a beer that doesn't taste like anything else. This is a fuck yeah for me, dude.
Yeah, and they rotate their taps enough to where, again, this is a place where if you don't want to go buy a bunch of six-packs, or you don't want to do the mix of six or whatever, come up here and grab some beers. Like, just grab your buddy, come and taste some beer, come and try some beers.
We got multiple games on. This is a good spot to come and watch the game, dude.
I mean, especially up here, you got that TV, you got the 3 down here that you can see.
Yeah, man. Got another one over here on the side. We got 4 total. Yeah, it's a good spot to watch some games.
All right, Joe, let's flip to your side of the board. What do we got first?
We're starting on this side.
Starting on number 5.
Starting right to left. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this one, I was surprised. As much as we try to follow all of our regional brewers specifically, including the bigger ones like Boulevard. but I hadn't heard about this at all. I didn't hear anything about a release. I haven't seen a post on this, so I think we're just late. But this one is probably the strongest brew they have on board by ABV. This is the Boulevard Cinnamon Bun Imperial Brown. And the biggest thing that drew, I mean, cinnamon bun might be really sweet, might be really flavorful, but the biggest thing that drew me to it is I'm like, it's an Imperial Brown?
I don't know.
Not an Imperial Stout?
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, it's an Imperial Brown Ale. Yeah, let's get one of those.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever had.
It smells like cinnamon bun icing.
And see, that could go one of two ways, right? It's either really good or it's like, that's too much for me.
It's a little bit much. It's actually at a perfect temp. I want to note that. It's not because I don't know if it's their line or because we've had it sitting here for a little bit. But it's at a perfect temp because it's not super cold. So you're getting all the malts and all the flavors, other than it being very sugary sweet.
Yeah, I feel like I just took a bite of a cinnamon bun.
Yeah, like it's one of those things like you can feel the sugar on the inside of your lips, and like if you don't rinse it with some water or something, you will actually feel the stickiness a little bit. So I mean, it is that sweet, but
like I kind of feel that shame of eating Cinnabon at the airport.
In front of everybody. You just got shit all over your shirt.
I don't know about that, man. That's
I think it's impressive. This is not a brew that we would normally drink a lot of. I would probably only drink one 12-ounce pour, or I'd split the pint with you. But I think it's crafted well. It's even.
It's crafted well, and honestly,
like the biggest thing that stands out to me, we didn't get the ABV, but it's an Imperial.
Yeah.
You know it's not less than 10, if not more like 11. For that factor alone, I think it's kind of impressive. They've done a good job covering up the alcohol bite with the sugar. And for people that really like sweet beers, this could be a seasonal brew.
My wife could probably get trashed on that because she loves cinnamon buns.
But because it's an Imperial, these are also the kind of beers that, like, you know, you're at the Christmas party, you're hanging out. Pour 1 pint of this. If you like it, you're gonna sip on it, take it slow. But that one fucking brew is kind of all you need, you know. And Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
I don't hate it.
I don't hate on
the beer.
It's crafted well, but it is not for my palate. That is
it's not beer
that is way too sweet for me.
I'll put it like this, especially for the season. It's a beer that I might grab one.
Yeah.
From Fire Tucks or something, you know, a craft beer seller or something. I might grab one to have it at my house for the holiday season while I know people are going to be coming over, and I'm like, hey, you guys, I got something you could try. I might do that, but it's not something I'm going to run out and get a 6-pack of to make sure that I have some this season before they sell out.
A little behind-the-scenes secret here. We're shooting this at 11:30 in the morning.
I mean, it's brunch time.
But so that's what I was going to say is, like, you throw a little bacon in a skillet.
Dude, I was trying to give off the impression it was like the middle of the afternoon.
Well, the only reason I'm saying that, the only reason I'm breaking that illusion is because, I mean, you whip up a little bit of breakfast and want to have, it's Christmas morning or Christmas Eve morning, and you have a little breakfast put together. Yeah, you know, a little 6-ounce pour of that.
You know what? If you're a real Christmas person, you've been there with me. You know this. You know, especially if you've got big family, if you've hosted the family before, you know this. The food and preparation takes all of the evening and night before and all of your morning the day of. So you're up early, you're rotating stuff in and out of the oven, you're setting things, you're organizing things, you're decorating things, final things, yelling at the kids, whatever. A lot of us are putting something in our coffee or making a Bloody Mary or something like that. If you want to go the breakfast beer route, this could be a perfect brew. And it's an Imperial Stout.
Especially for holidays, we can normalize non-alcoholics cracking a beer at 10 in the morning.
Right. Non-alcoholics get a pass every now and again. Or, I mean, some people are just savage. Like my dad and I, our tradition, if we spend the night in the same place at Christmas and we wake up Christmas morning and we're in the same place, we get up early as shit and we pop it off with a shot of Maker's Mark and some breakfast. My dad and I have been doing that since my early 20s, man.
That is a hell of a way to start your morning. Because a shot of Maker's.
What happened is I think it was probably Christmas in my 21st year. My dad bought me a bottle of Maker's for Christmas, and I know that that's like one of his favorite bourbons. So I had just incidentally bought him a bottle too, and I went and spent the night at their house. So that next morning when we opened up presents early as shit in the morning, he was like, opening the bottle up, and I'm like, oh shit, you getting it started like that? He was like, well, you got a bottle, I got a bottle. I mean, what are we doing the rest of the day? We got to get something going here. I'm like, all right, I guess we're drinking and sleeping. That's the rest of the day. And ever since then, like, yeah, that's what we go after when we can.
All right, so what we got next is
so we're gonna rinse the palate next.
Yeah.
It smells super fruity, delicious. But we know that Four Hands makes good seltzers. You guys have probably heard us say it before. When it comes to seltzers, every time we have a Four Hands, we're normally
Tiger
like,
Claw, they're bomb
we're
pop,
like, yeah, I'll drink this one. I love the blueberry one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pineapple mango. Okay, there's a little mango. I was just about to say, I don't really get mango. There it is. You get pineapple for sure.
Oh, yeah. I like that their seltzers.
Ladies, this is for you.
I like that their seltzers don't finish much like static.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of your claws,
and you don't get that white soda thing where it just like in the back of your palate. As soon as you drink it down, it just fucking goes crazy like champagne.
Yeah.
No, it's just smooth. Yeah, ladies, if you don't drink beer and you're at Four Hands, get their seltzers.
Or you're at 9 Mile.
Or well, yeah, I just mean like if everybody's going out on dates and doing stuff, and like it's holiday time. Your guy takes you by Four Hands. You end up at Four Hands Brewery, and you don't drink beer. Get one of their seltzers for damn sure. Enjoy them. You want to try to turn one of your friends onto some seltzers? That's a good way to do it. Go local, support local. I will say, from my personal perspective, I wouldn't treat this like a beer or a strong alcohol drink at all. It kind of reminds me more of just a seltzer water.
Yeah, it does. You can't tell you're drinking alcohol.
But it's very refreshing.
Yeah.
This is nice yard work, warm weather, shit like that.
All right, up next we got another one of these kind of breakfasty brews.
This one is the one that I got because I was like, fuck it, we got to do it. But we already know the deal, man. So, O'Fallon, we love you guys. Glad to see you all doing better, doing well. Glad to see it. We'd really love to come and hang out with you guys. O'Fallon, let's make something happen. We've been wanting to for a while. It doesn't smell crazy. This is the Jacko Latte. Is it a pumpkin? I don't think it says
it's probably based on the pumpkin beer they do, though.
It says Jack-o'-lantern. Reminds me of like the fall harvest. They do all the pumpkin stuff. O'Fallon, for our area, O'Fallon has... Yeah, it doesn't smell like what you expect.
Yeah, see,
O'Fallon has one of our more popular local pumpkins, because that vanilla pumpkin that they have is super popular locally.
But do remember, and again, I'm not shitting on them, but do remember we kind of figured out with that box of cookies, a lot of what they make is more like malt beverages, not beer, because they use...
Ooh, holy shit, that's nice. That's nice. It doesn't taste like it's got a coffee bitterness. It doesn't have like a latte sweetness.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe there's not pumpkin in there.
There's like a little spice at the end. There's a little pumpkin spice at the end.
Maybe it's more of a harvest ale.
There's a little bit of pumpkin spice at the end.
Yeah.
It finishes with that pumpkin spice.
But instead of being like a pumpkin base, like a pumpkin ale, maybe it's more of like a harvest ale.
It's kind of a pie spice and coffee.
I actually really like that shit, man.
It's okay. I'm okay with it.
It's really light, and I would much rather drink that as a breakfast beer than the cinnamon bun.
Oh, yeah.
Other than, sometimes you need an Imperial to get you going. That's how I am with that peanut butter stout, that Omega peanut butter stout that we have. Sometimes I need an Imperial I just need the one.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not going to make a whiskey on the rocks. I'm going to do one Imperial.
And kind of sticking with the breakfast theme, if you will.
Yeah, that is where I was going.
We've got narrow gauge OJ run.
Smells good.
That's
IPA.
You can take that one of two ways: orange juice run or OJ on the run.
Yeah, it's IPA. Smells it too.
Rob knows what I'm talking about with that Bronco of his.
Oh, dude. Okay, I'm gonna run it down real simple. That's my star of the show.
Ooh,
100%.
I actually think so.
Well, it's hard. I got two because it would really have to battle out between the narrow gauge OJ run and the Schlafly double bean blonde. Those two are like neck and neck for me on star of the show.
I really like this Sidewalk Surfer.
Oh, I love it. But that blonde, I've never had anything like that. And this hits with like my personal favorites. This hits all the IPA notes that I love.
I do enjoy that.
Other than I would like it to be a little bit more hoppy.
Yeah.
A little bit more. The hop is great. I just like that.
Hop head.
But No, it's a little bit bitter. Like, no, it's a little juice flavor. Hits all those notes. I love it, man.
I'm gonna say my star of the show is the bean blonde.
Sidewalk.
So we'll go third OJ Run, second bean, best in show is Sidewalk Surfer for me.
Yeah. I think Jacko Latte probably gets my biggest honorable mention.
Okay.
I was not expecting that. But then again, I mean, these little seltzers, hey, man.
Oh, yeah, that's a great
might not be
seltzer.
our bag, but like, that's pretty damn good. And when you're hardcore like us, you know, in the summertime, I could easily see me using this as a mixer.
Yeah.
Instead of some other kind of soda. You know, because that's kind of what's like these. You know, you use seltzer water or something as a mixer.
Yeah.
You know,
all right,
club
Joe,
soda.
Give me your third, second, and best in show.
All right, number 3. Shit, I don't really want to do it because I feel like it should go higher. But I'm gonna give it to the Sidewalk Surfer because that's a beer that I would drink all the time and I love it. But I can't help my level of impression here, and I have decided narrow gauge. I'm going to give you number 2, so I'm going to put the IPAs down low. I haven't drank a lot of IPA in the last month, so it's making me want to boost it to the top. But this double bean blonde from Schlaf Athlete, I've never had a beer like that. It doesn't remind me of anything, and I like it. I got to give them the title for me in this episode.
There you have it, folks. That is our 8 beer sample at 9 Mile Garden. We gave you our top 3.
You can't go wrong.
But you know what? Come out here. They got 30 plus taps. They got craft cocktails on tap that they make in-house.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting ready to set up a birthday party now. You can rent out one table. You can rent out the building. You can rent out any little section you want. Half the patio, the whole patio. Like, they got all these options for you. Yeah. It's basically an event center. It just doesn't look like
it. And hell,
it.
They were cool enough to invite your boys out here, so...
Always.
Show them some love.
Definitely.
Folks,
Support local.
Come check out 9 Mile during the winter. Come grab some craft beers. Bring whatever food you want. Come check out Cocoa and Cookies with Santa on the 17th.
Yeah, New Year's Eve
Come check
party.
out New Year's Eve party. And they're going to have some more events. They're doing music bingo. They're going to do some trivia. So come check it out.
The whole property is expanding in the summertime. This is one of the only places in St. Louis, well, in the direct St. Louis area, that this is the only place that you can come out and
you want a couple of tacos and some jambalaya.
Yeah, you can find food trucks out here most days out of the week when the weather is right.
Yeah,
and that's a gem for St. Louis because we don't have that.
But thanks for checking in with us, guys. We'll see you at the next one.
Peace.
We out.